Hello, friends. That's Jayar, that's Denise, I'm Rick. So Max Kellerman recapped an article that Will Brinson put out, great Twitter follow, about how Andrew Luck should hypothetically be traded from the Colts to the Cleveland Browns. So here's what Max Kellerman had to say. Take a look, and then we shall discuss.
Here are words I never believed I would say. The Indianapolis Colts should trade Andrew Luck. There was a mock draft on the CBS Sports website by a guy named Will Brinson. The mock trade had the Browns giving their first 4 draft picks this year, including the 1st and 4th overall picks, plus 2 good second rounders, to the Colts for 28-year-old Andrew Luck, and the Colts should do it. They should get on the phone and make it happen. If the Colts make that deal, they have 3 of the top 4 picks in the draft altogether, and that's even if they don't get the 2 second rounders. That's 1, 3, and 4 for the franchise that picked Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck. Need a quarterback, a running back, a pass rusher? Go ahead. Instant rebuild. If you're Cleveland, well, let's face it, left to your own devices on draft day, you'll get Tim Couch or Johnny Manziel. This year, you get the rest of Andrew Luck's prime with maybe the best still left to come.
Why are you laughing?
I never thought I'd say this. Cleveland Browns, Andrew Luck. Like, okay, this is the thing. I actually like Max Kellerman.
Yeah. I do too.
But the thing is, I wish...
You're not a boxing guy, are you?
Not really. Not even as much as he's. My father's seriously a boxing guy, so I used to more when I was at home.
Bro, him on HBO, he's really
He's good, right? But it's the thing, that's when he's allowed to be Max Kellerman. In things like this, he has to be Max Kellerman. Like, he doesn't talk like that when he's actually analyzing something off the cuff and not reading it.
So it's the ESPN Stephen A effect is what you're saying.
I don't think it's a Stephen A effect. I just feel like maybe he's just trying to find a rhythm, and he's noticed that these, the Stephen A's of the world are a little more aggressive. I mean, that's his way of embracing his aggressive side.
But he's embracing debate.
Well, him not doing that is why I've always liked Max Kellerman. And now, I mean, I get it. You have to do it.
You got to play it up.
You got to do it.
Totally,
so if they were cutting you a check for like 2.5 million, would you?
Jayar Jackson. You know what? The Indianapolis Colts trading Andrew Luck.
So, is it the fact that he's doing it, or is it like the cadence that you just are?
It's like local news anchors,
Well, totally.
New at 11. Like, why are you doing that?
It's a little aggressive. It's a little aggressive.
Yeah, it is a little aggressive. So in this hypothetical, the Browns would get Andrew Luck. The Colts would get the #1 overall pick. By the way, in this hypothetical, the Browns are doing this deal, which I don't even think they would. So Luck has had shoulder surgery. He'll turn 29 in September, which I think we've proven with Tom Brady. Age is just a number with a lot of quarterbacks.
Age ain't number.
Except she dated R. Kelly. Indy kicked Peyton Manning to the curb to take Luck many years ago. What, did I say something? What did I say?
Andrew Luck.
Right, we were talking about Andrew Luck. Okay, so in that hypothetical as well, the Colts would get the #1, 3, and 4. Here's who Will Brinson says they should take if this deal were to go through. The Colts would then take Sam Darnold. The Giants would draft 2, so they'd probably take a quarterback. The Colts would draft 3rd. They would take a defensive end, and then Saquon Barkley. Now, here's just my quick synopsis of this. I think this is cute.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I think it's sort of like what I did with NBA trade ideas. Like, it's fun. It's cool to talk about. There's a few different angles of this. First off, if the Colts surrender Andrew Luck, you better get more than that.
Right.
Because Andrew Luck has already been proven. The draft picks that you would acquire, they're what? Unproven. They haven't played any snaps. Now, an antagonist to this, or someone who's against this would say, well, wait a second, Andrew Luck hasn't played in a hot minute. True, but you know what he's capable of, and he's a franchise-changing quarterback when healthy. You don't know if any of these guys are going to adapt to what the NFL is because it's total roll of the dice. Anyone who says, no offense, that Sam Darnold is the best, or Josh Rosen is the best, or Baker Mayfield, it's still to be proven. So you're giving away somebody that could be a Hall of Famer for 3 to 4 guys that you don't even know will pan out. Like, I hate to break the hearts of many people who are in favor of Saquon Barkley, but he could easily be a Herschel Walker. He could easily be Curtis Enis. When you put a P at the beginning, it's Curtis Penis. That has nothing to do with it, but it's just something that Chicago embraced. So my point is, you don't do this unless you get more than that. And I know it's hard to believe, but that's where I stand on it. Peeps?
You don't do it as the Colts. So obviously you want to keep your franchise guy, right?
Correct.
But you know what? There's multiple pieces. I'm just going to give you the other argument just for the sake of it, right? You get multiple pieces. Yeah, sure, Barkley may not turn out that way, or sure, Darnold may not turn out that way. But really, the only biggest risk of trade you're taking is this definitely established not Hall of Fame. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer yet. Quarterback, yeah. And then in exchange for this unproven kid out of college. That's the biggest risk. But everything else, that stuff can pan out easier.
Right.
Your running backs and you get DNs. I think that supplements your team that's already pretty good. The fear is definitely just at the quarterback position. Those other things, to get multiple very talented players, which I think will pan out or for one guy, why not? I mean, this is the other thing. People love the Andrew Luck argument, and when tanking is talking about in sports in general, like it's happening in the NBA, and they say, yeah, so they sucked and they got Andrew Luck. How many Super Bowls have they won?
Nil.
Andrew Luck. So you did all this, and you've had a great quarterback, but you still haven't won. So what's the big deal? Try it again another way, huh?
But do you think that they're in a better position as a franchise with Andrew Luck there as opposed to Curtis Painter being there?
Yes, but
that's why they did it.
You haven't won yet. Just saying, there's other things outside of the quarterback that you need to win.
I understand what he's saying. No, I do understand what you're saying. Like, it hasn't been proven, but at the same time, he's closer than ever to recovering and reaching his prime, and he's still very young. So I feel like
that's true.
Again, I have to agree with Rick here, which is a very rare case. I'm glad we're recording this moment because this will probably never happen again. But it is a cute conversation to have. It's a great conversation to have because the chances of him actually leaving is slim to none, and it would make no absolute sense. I mean, I wouldn't say slim to none, but it just wouldn't make any absolute sense for him to be traded right now.
So if you were Indy, you would not do it.
No.
If you were Indy, you would do it.
Why not?
You're banking on but
I understand what you're saying. He's playing devil's advocate.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what he's doing. That is the Jayar Jackson playbook.
I usually don't do that, but I'm just like, at least this is the take of someone else.
It's a good point. He hasn't won many championships, but I feel that right now, at this moment, he's closer than ever.
You know who else he's had to go up against? Like, sorry, but Tom Brady's still there, and he's still going to be there for another 3 years. The same way that the New York Knicks ran into Michael Jordan almost every single year. The one time they didn't face Jordan, Scottie Pippen was the #1, and they went to the finals. Oh, and then they lost in the finals. So it doesn't even matter if they were to have Andrew Luck or anybody else. You got to wait at least 2 more years in order for the window to open, because then Ben Roethlisberger's going to retire or go away. Tom Brady's going to retire or go away, and then you have an opening.
And let's be honest,
and that's why you hang on.
If he goes to the Browns, his career is over.
Completely.
It would be.
Finally, we can all agree on something. Let us know your thoughts. Comment section below. Subscribe to 2IT Sports, and let us know if you think it's cute.